how does a body develop an autoimmune disease or diseases in the first place? I know for me, I felt like there was something really wrong with me, like maybe some way I was born or my genetics or some kind of toxic exposure. It's none of those things. I want you to know that. It's true for all of us, none of those things. Here's what's the real source of why we developed an autoimmune disease, why our immune system became dysregulated. It actually goes back to kind of the fabric of the people that we are. And I know this from my own personal experience and all the people I've worked with over the years, helping them also re-regulate their immune systems. People like us who get autoimmune diseases, we are just not very well wired to handle those emotional stressors of life. We're not good at handling emotional life stressors. We instead of dealing with them unknowingly, over the years, we've suppressed the emotional stressors of our life inside our physical body. And so let me give you a few examples of what emotional stressors normal people go through in a lifetime that we suppress to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about here. So think about a child, kind of birth on. We go through a lot of emotional stressors. Things we might not even have categorized, such as moving houses or moving to a new town, sibling being born, going through a parent's divorce, losing a grandparent, losing a pet, starting high school, graduating, starting college, that first romantic breakup, getting married, starting your first job, your parents getting sick, having other family members pass away, buying a home. Maybe you move again, have a financial difficulty, go into retirement. All of these life events or experiences I just shared, these are emotional stressors, and people like us with autoimmune diseases, we suppress it in our body. If you're a visual person like me, the way that I look at this is it looks kind of like a layer cake, right? Just layer after layer after layer of suppressed emotional stress until the physical body can't handle it anymore. Now we're going to move into the science of how a body develops autoimmune and the connection between the suppressed emotional stress. It all comes back to the fight or flight mechanism. Now, most of us have heard about that mechanism. It's a supportive mechanism in our body that gets activated when the body perceives the individual to be under a very real and ongoing threat. And so let's say that you're getting chased or you get in a car accident, fight or flight kicks on, and you get a surge of energy and a capacity to get out of that situation. And then how fight or flight's designed, it then turns off because the threat has passed. Here's the problem. Their fight or flight mechanism has picked up on your lifetime of suppressed emotional stress and has thought that you are under an emotional threat, not a physical threat. It's reading you as under an emotional threat, and it turns on. And the problem is because we continue to suppress our emotional experiences, our emotional stressors, fight or flight becomes chronically activated, meaning it becomes chronically turned on. That is an unnatural state for the body, and this is where the body develops the dysregulation, the immune system happens, that a body develops autoimmune diseases. So let me explain. So what happens in chronically activated fight or flight? Again, why? Due to our suppressed emotional stress, that fight or flight's activated cortisol, the body's stress hormone, gets pumped out at an unnatural rate, wreaks havoc on our hormones, our metabolism. And here's the really important part. That immune system, it becomes dysregulated in chronically activated fight or flight. I forgot to mention this, but in chronically activated fight or flight, your body then starts living full time in an unnatural nervous system called the sympathetic nervous system, a nervous system that your body is not supposed to be chronically locked in, but it is because that's where the fight or flight mechanism is. And as long as fight or flight's chronically activated, you're chronically in the sympathetic. So again, cortisol, immune system gets dysregulated. Bingo, that's the key. It then begins attacking different tissues or organs. That is how we developed our autoimmune diseases. That's where mine came from. My first autoimmune disease is rheumatoid arthritis, and so on and so forth. If not dealt with, the immune system will continue to stay dysregulated and continue to attack other tissues and organs, which is why people like myself and a lot of us develop multiple autoimmune diseases through the years. Also, in that chronically activated fight or flight, in the sympathetic, that digestive system also becomes compromised, which is why we develop conditions such as food allergies, food sensitivities, SIBO, candida, leaky gut, for instance. These are all symptoms, again, of the chronically activated fight or flight. Why? Because of our suppressed emotional stressors, not dealing with our emotional stressors that we've been through in our life.